We've arrived at the final game of the NBA Street City Circuit, and we're playing the Sacramento Kings. Now, obviously, look, I've got no hesitation in saying the Lakers were the best team in this, in terms of talent. And I wanted to save them for the final game, just so, you know, you build up to that climax. But I figured I would play them one game early, so that would be the second last game, so I could play Kobe with that, like, for a couple of games at least. Because I didn't want to work all the way there and only get Kobe for the final boss challenge. And that's it. I thought that would suck a little bit. So instead, we got the Lakers playing... we played the Lakers just before the Kings. The Kings were still a tough team led by Chris Webber, Peja Stojakovic, and Jason Williams. But this was not the best Sacramento Kings team. The best Kings team was obviously the year after when they traded Jason Williams for Mike Bibby. This Kings team still was no joke. This is when they were just starting to really ascend, though. They had, after years of mediocrity and being carried by Mitch Richmond, they traded Mitch for Chris Webber, and Chris Webber led them to the playoffs along with Vlade Divac. And their first playoff appearance came against the two-time conference champions in the Utah Jazz. They pushed them to 5 games. They actually had a 2-1 series lead, and they had Game 4 in Sacramento, which they lost, which was a very close game. John Stockton hit a massive, I think it was like a 20-footer along the wing to give them a 1-point lead and the victory. So close, it really was. And then in Game 5 they lost as well. And then the next year they lost to the, they kind of underachieved a little bit. They barely made the playoffs, so the 8th seed. But they pushed the Lakers to 5 games, winning both their games at home. So they lost the first 2 games, and then they won the next 2, and then losing the 5th and deciding game at home, or on the road really. It was in LA. So yeah, this is the year they started to really ascend, though. They were, they led the division for a long period of time. Lakers caught them at the end of the season. And Chris Webber was an MVP candidate, and he played fantastically throughout the entire year. And they made it finally out of the first round. They beat the Phoenix Suns, and then they ran into the Lakers. This is when the Lakers were sweeping everybody, and yeah, they got swept. They were dealt with. But then they traded, in the offseason, they traded Jason Williams, Mike Bibby. They ended up with the best record in the NBA the next season, and then they played the Lakers in that historic and controversial 7-game series in the conference finals. So there's your history lesson for today, and I've got a game breaker now off that block, and which was good because they actually built a 6-9 lead. I'm trying to get the ball off Jason Williams. Nice dunk by Jason Williams. He actually had some underrated dunks. If you look up Jason Williams dunks in the on YouTube, you'll see that he actually had some a couple of situations where he was actually throwing it down. Here's Iverson trying to shake Webber. Couldn't at all. Finally was able to. Jason Williams came over, nearly blocked it, but I was able to get the 3 off with. Oh no, I wasn't able to get. Jason Williams blocked it of the thing. So it's a 7-10 advantage for the Kings, and their game breaker's nearly up. I'm gonna, once they get their game breaker, I have to defuse it or only allow them to get a dunk or a regular 2-point shot. I can't allow a 4-point swing. If that happens, this could very easily be a loss, the first loss that I've had in quite some time. I should probably go back and count out how many games it's been, like what my winning streak is. But yeah, so the Kings are in complete control of this game right now. Chris Webber, nice move. Peja Stojakovic back out to Webber. Webber's moving around. I'm trying to back off so the game breaker doesn't activate on their command. Iverson, big board, dishes it out to Kobe. Kobe's pretty good in this. I like it. I think they rated Kobe fairly well. Remember, this is when he was just really starting to become a superstar in the NBA. Remember that first title? They've got their game breaker right now, and they hit a 3. So it's not looking good for me at this situation. Down by 7. I'm gonna have to start hitting 3s. I've got Iverson and Kobe to do so, but I'm gonna have to hit game. I'm gonna have to get some trick points for some game breakers too, so I can get back. If I can get a game breaker, if I can keep it close and get another game breaker, I'll have a chance. Good defense by Garnett on Webber, but it's not looking that good at this point. Kobe is as I was saying though, Kobe was rated quite generously. He was, I wouldn't say he was a role player. He was definitely a star player, but he wasn't the superstar in that first championship. It was in this season though, 2001, is when he really started to ascend. He averaged 28 a game. Was huge in the playoffs, and yeah, all that good stuff. But I'm down by 7 points here, and then here's Kobe dribbling the ball, puts up a 3, really forced that one up, but it drops. It's only down 5-5 now, and the game breaker is coming along nicely. I've got to get some steals. There's a steal by Kobe. He's coming back the other way. I don't want to go to the ball too many times with him. Iverson gets the ball stolen by Jason Williams, and then he crosses up KG, but they're unable to hit the 3 with Peja. Garnett's got the ball back. He loses it, but Iverson is there to get the ball back. Forces up a long 3, and it's 13-16. So a couple of clutch 3s by Iverson and Kobe have put me right back into this. It's only a 4-point game, and I'm getting close to that game breaker. Kobe, nice move, and then he throws it up off the glass, and I've got that game breaker back. It's so important that I'm able to capitalize on that game breaker. If I screw this up, then yeah, the game is probably over. Iverson is able to steal the ball back. I wasn't messing around this one. I was just dribbling it right down to one of my favorite spots. My second favorite spot, really, to hit those game breakers. And all of a sudden, I got the lead again. So it wasn't too long ago I was down by 7. Now I'm up by 1. It's how quickly the game can turn. Jason Williams is able to tie the game with a tough floater over the top of Kobe. And now Garnett taking it right at Weber, dishing it off to Kobe, who's able to finish it with a dunk at 17-16. Neither team is really in a position to look for a game breaker at this point. It's going to be whoever can get some stops first will probably win this. Nice move by Garnett, but he's not really doing a hell of a lot. But he makes that shot, it rolls in. That was a tough shot, and it was, yeah, it wasn't the smartest shot either, but it worked out. Now Weber's dancing with the ball. Weber's got some great handles in this game. He puts it up. He's able to tip dunk it back in. 18 all. Get the ball down to Kobe. Now Kobe is a noted Kings killer. Let's see what happens here. But he gets the ball stolen by Weber. Weber, being the beast that he is able to get the shot up and in, and it's 19-18. And their game breaker is developing much quicker than what my one is. Here's Iverson. Nice crossover. Puts up a fading 3, and the lead is back to me. It's 20-19. Weber dishes it up to Peja. One stop here will be great. If I get one stop, then all I have to do is get a dunk. Jason Williams puts up a clutch J. It's 20 all. What happens here? Iverson goes up for the dunk. Nice. 21-20. One stop away again. All I need is one stop. Williams all the way to the bucket. He slams it home. Now I've got the ball back. They're getting closer and closer. Kobe with the move. He's going to dribble against Weber. Puts up a 3. Can he make it? He does. Clutch Kobe for the win. And I'm able to escape. I didn't play well in that game, but I win it. And that's the final game of the City Circuit. Next up is the boss challenge. The final boss challenge.